Welcome. I'm Ava, and this is WNBA Trending. Today's top story is taking the basketball world by storm. Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White has made a headline-grabbing comparison, calling her superstar guard Caitlin Clark Taylor Swift 2.0. The comment instantly spread across social media, sparking debate, admiration, and a wave of reactions from fans, media, and players alike. Stephanie White, a former WNBA player herself, made the statement during a recent interview when discussing the level of fame and attention surrounding Caitlin Clark. She said, "It literally is like Taylor Swift 2.0." According to White, Clark's popularity has reached a level beyond sports, into culture, entertainment, and global recognition. White added that Clark's name appears in conversations that have nothing to do with basketball, proving her crossover appeal and unmatched influence. Caitlin Clark's rise to superstardom has been nothing short of meteoric. After rewriting NCAA history with record-breaking performances at the University of Iowa, Clark entered the WNBA as the #1 overall pick in the 2024 draft. From the moment she joined the Indiana Fever, everything changed for the franchise and for the league. Ticket sales skyrocketed, arenas sold out, TV ratings surged, and merchandise sales shattered previous records. The Caitlin Clark effect became a trending phrase across sports media. Coach White's comparison between Clark and Taylor Swift is more than a metaphor about fame. It reflects how Clark's influence extends far beyond basketball. Like Swift's domination of the music industry, Clark has brought a new audience to women's basketball, casual viewers who may never have watched the WNBA before. Her games are not just sporting events anymore, they are cultural moments. Stephanie White elaborated that Clark's name has become clickbait. She explained that people use her name to draw attention to headlines, podcasts, and posts even when the topic isn't about her. "Her name is clickbait," White said, "because people know if they mention Caitlin Clark, it gets attention." And indeed, attention follows her everywhere. Every move Clark makes, from her pre-game outfits to her social media posts, is analyzed, discussed, and amplified. Fans line up hours before games, holding signs, jerseys, and cameras, hoping to catch a glimpse of the WNBA's brightest new star. The Fever's road games have turned into traveling spectacles, with sellouts in cities that rarely drew large WNBA crowds before her arrival. Just like Taylor Swift's Eras Tour transformed the concert experience, Caitlin Clark has transformed the WNBA experience. Swift's concerts became global events. Clark's games are doing the same for women's basketball. But with fame comes pressure. Stephanie White acknowledged that the attention can be overwhelming for any young player. Clark is only 23 years old, yet she carries expectations usually reserved for the most seasoned veterans. White said she and the Fever organization are doing everything they can to protect Clark's mental and emotional well-being while helping her adjust to the realities of fame. White said, "Her name is in every conversation. People use it in ways that have nothing to do with her or our team. But that's what comes with being who she is. She's handled it with grace, maturity, and humility." Clark's influence on and off the court continues to grow. During her rookie season, she averaged double figures in points and assists, breaking multiple records for a first-year player. Her on-court vision, shooting range, and leadership have drawn comparisons to legends like Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi. But what separates her is the cultural impact. Caitlin Clark's arrival has ignited a new era for women's sports, one where female athletes are finally commanding the same level of attention, sponsorships, and media coverage long dominated by male athletes. She has endorsement deals with Nike, State Farm, and Gatorade. Her jersey has become one of the top sellers in professional basketball. When Stephanie White called her Taylor Swift 2.0, she wasn't exaggerating the scope of Clark's reach. Swift is one of the most recognizable and influential figures in music, and Clark is becoming the same in sports. Both women represent ambition, authenticity, and empowerment. Both have built fan bases that transcend their industries. Both have turned their platforms into movements. Fans on social media reacted passionately to White's comparison. Some said it was the perfect description of Clark's growing fame. Others felt it placed unrealistic pressure on a young athlete still adapting to professional life. But regardless of opinion, everyone agreed on one thing: Caitlin Clark has changed the game. The Fever's season attendance shattered records, and WNBA broadcasts featuring Clark drew millions of viewers, rivaling some NBA regular season numbers. ESPN, CBS, and streaming platforms reported unprecedented traffic whenever Clark was on screen. Off the court, Clark remains grounded. She often deflects praise to her teammates, credits her coaches, and emphasizes her love for the game. In interviews, she repeatedly says she just wants to play basketball and make people proud. Still, fame follows her everywhere. In August, when Taylor Swift endorsed a political candidate, Clark's social media was flooded with comments asking for her opinion, even though she had nothing to do with the topic. That's the level of cultural visibility she has reached. Analysts say the WNBA has entered a new business era because of Clark's influence. Teams are restructuring their marketing strategies, broadcasters are adjusting programming schedules, and sponsors are eager to invest in women's sports. The Caitlin Clark economy is real. She's driving revenue, viewership, and relevance. Stephanie White's remarks weren't meant to burden Clark, but to acknowledge how extraordinary her situation is. Very few people understand what it's like to have your name constantly trending, White said. She's a young woman with immense talent, and now she's also a global figure. The comparison to Taylor Swift also underscores how women's empowerment stories resonate today. Swift used her platform to fight for artistic control and ownership of her work. Clark is using hers to elevate women's basketball and inspire the next generation of athletes. Many young girls now attend WNBA games holding signs that read, "I want to be like Caitlin Clark." It's a powerful image of how far women's sports have come. Former players have praised Clark's poise and her ability to handle attention. Lisa Leslie said, "Caitlin's impact is historic. She's bringing people to the game who've never watched before." Candace Parker echoed those sentiments, calling Clark a generational talent who can redefine what women's basketball means in America. Even NBA stars have weighed in. LeBron James praised her shooting ability and court vision, while Stephen Curry said he sees parts of his own game in her style of play. Yet, despite all the praise, Clark remains laser-focused on improvement. She has openly discussed the adjustments needed from college to professional basketball: the speed, the physicality, the strategy. Her humility and competitiveness have made her a fan favorite and a respected peer among players. Her influence has even reached global audiences. International news outlets now cover WNBA games featuring the Fever, and merchandise featuring Clark's name is selling in Europe and Asia. Like Swift's global fanbase, Clark's reach continues to expand far beyond the United States. Stephanie White believes the key to managing Clark's fame is balance. She said the organization is mindful of giving Clark space to rest and stay centered amid nonstop attention. "We want her to enjoy being Caitlin," White said. "Not just the basketball player, not just the celebrity, but the person." White's perspective shows admiration and care. Having played in the league herself, she understands the unique pressures female athletes face when breaking into mainstream fame. Some critics say the Taylor Swift comparison is unfair because it places entertainment-level expectations on a sports figure. But others believe it's a compliment that celebrates Clark's power to inspire, entertain, and unify people across backgrounds. Caitlin Clark hasn't responded directly to the comparison, but she has previously spoken about Taylor Swift as someone she admires. Earlier this year, when Swift liked one of Clark's social media posts, Clark said she was shocked and honored. The two have never met publicly, but many fans are now calling for a collaboration or a courtside appearance by Swift at a Fever game. The buzz doesn't stop. Sports networks, late-night talk shows, and digital creators continue to discuss Clark daily. Every highlight clip goes viral within minutes. Every statement becomes national news. And yet, through all of it, Clark's performance remains strong. She continues to post impressive stats, lead her team with confidence, and stay composed under pressure. For her, the ultimate goal is simple: to win. Stephanie White concluded her remarks by saying, "Caitlin is more than a player. She's an ambassador for women's basketball, and she's changing the game in ways none of us have seen before. That statement sums it all up. Caitlin Clark isn't just a rising athlete. She's a phenomenon. Her name represents a new chapter in women's sports, one where visibility, respect, and opportunity are expanding faster than ever before. Like Taylor Swift changed the music industry, Caitlin Clark is changing the sports world. Both have redefined what it means to be a female superstar in their respective fields. Both have shown that talent combined with authenticity can move cultures, inspire millions, and break boundaries. The Taylor Swift 2.0 comparison may sound like a pop culture exaggeration, but it reflects a larger truth. Caitlin Clark has transcended basketball. She has become a symbol of what's possible when passion meets purpose. As the Indiana Fever continue their journey toward championship contention, all eyes remain on their young star. The spotlight is bright, the stage is massive, and the expectations are sky-high. But if history tells us anything, Caitlin Clark is built for this moment. She's not just playing basketball, she's rewriting the story of women's sports, one shot at a time.